So last time I talked a bit about some key concepts in nonviolent communication, and wanted to talk about a couple of them in a little more detail today, because I find they're quite helpful for my mind. So the first one was to check our intention to see if we are as interested in others getting their needs met as our own. And this is very much in line with our mind training methods. And setting our motivation before acting really determines what the result is, be it virtuous or non-virtuous. And something can look quite virtuous from the outside, but if the motivation isn't virtuous, then it's not virtuous. So it's very important to look at our motivation or intention. And so when I have practiced this, setting my intention to be as interested in others getting their needs met as my own, and I remind myself of that, it really helps to keep the conversation in a balanced, positive way, positive direction. And if I don't do that, then what happens is, through the course of the conversation, oftentimes more and more focus gets on me instead of the other, and my I gets quite big. And I start focusing on what I need to say, and that my position or my point is what's needed and should be heard and agreed upon, and it just starts proliferating that way, and it really becomes kind of a consuming energy on myself, and the other person gets quite faded, in the distance, not so close, and I really lose the connection of the person. That's what happens. And so the wonderful thing about mind training is, these methods, is any point along the way when we notice that we've gotten out of balance and we're more consumed with our own self-centered attitude, we can apply methods to rebalance, to get ourselves back in balance. And so the second, one of the other concepts in nonviolent communication is, before agreeing or disagreeing with anyone's opinions, try to tune in to what the person is feeling and needing. And so that also, if I can employ that as I start getting out of balance and I start getting into making some judgment about what they're saying, or, they're wrong, that my point is the right one, or whatever. If I can turn my thought to, what are they needing or feeling in the moment, then that tends to, again, rebalance the conversation and gets my self-centered attitude out of the way a bit. And when I've tried that one, I feel the tension inside. My self-centered attitude's not happy at all, and I can feel that tension. So I think I know I'm on the right track then. So throughout the day, if we can stop and ask ourselves, what is my motivation for this activity I'm about to do? It's very helpful. If we forget that and we can start feeling the self-centered attitude, it's quite a strong energy, at least in my body, that, I have a very clear picture of me and not such a clear picture of who I'm engaged with. And so if that arises, then to try and rebalance that by asking the question, what is that person feeling or needing? To try and get back in balance. And if we do that, I think we will be kinder and more connected to people, which is a really good thing.